It's November 15th, 2025, and if you're preparing for a psychiatry residency interview, this is the one thing you do not want to mess up. One of the most unique things about psychiatry is the extent to which you are the clinical instrument. And when you're interviewing for psychiatry, it's important to demonstrate that you have one of the most important characteristics that you need to become that instrument. The characteristic that I'm referring to is called vulnerability. Why is that so important? When you're in psychiatry residency, you're going to have really strong reactions to some of the most disturbing things that a person can hear and see. You're going to hear some of the darkest, most difficult stories. You're going to have patients say some of the cruelest and most threatening and violent things to you because that's the nature of mental and behavioral illness. You're going to have reactions to that. And those reactions are going to have a lot to do with your own background and your own personal emotional sensitivities. I know I certainly do. So when you're at interview, it goes a long way if you're able to demonstrate a sense of vulnerability when you're speaking to your interviewers. That doesn't mean that you should be trauma dumping on them constantly, but if you're able to show up with a sense of reflectiveness and curiosity about your own beliefs and your own experiences, if you're willing to be challenged on ideas and think about things and be really genuine and sincere and authentic and real about the things that you're saying, rather than trying to put on a front. If you're able to control the interview anxiety, if you're able to get those interview nerves under wraps and just be in that space with that interviewer, take the risk of connection. It goes a really long way towards demonstrating that you have what it takes to make the most out of this unique training. In fewer words, what I'm saying basically is be yourself. The last thing I'll say is that it's really hard to bring that much of ourselves, to be vulnerable to that extent with people that we've just met. The big scary thing that stops us from doing it is the fear of being misunderstood. It is a terrible, terrible feeling to be misunderstood. But the opportunity of inspiring someone, of resonating someone, of connecting with someone comes at the cost of that risk of being misunderstood. In my personal experience, the risk is worth it.